Guys, you're welcome back to Preface Chemical. If you want to be a professional paint producer, you have to work with these tools as a professional producer, as a quality paint producer. If you want to produce quality satin paint, these are the tools you need to work with. For you not to make loss, and for you to make profit, and for you to make quality paint, you have to work with this tool. This is calibrated as a 100, 200 to 1000 milliliter. 1000 milliliter is the same thing as 1000 gram, which is equal to approximately to 1 kg in weight. Then in liquid is 1000 milliliter. So this is measuring scale. This is the cup. Then this is the scale. The scale is calibrated as 20 kg. The red portion of this scale is what we are using to measure your kilogram, not the black portion at the exterior. The red is what you are counting. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 20 gram. We have a scale of 50 gram, we have a scale of 100 gram. So for a starter, you can just get a scale of 20 gram and you work with what you want to do. So now what are we discussing today? Today we want to learn how you can take measurement of your chemicals while production so that you won't make loss. So what are the chemicals you will be taking measurement during production? When you want to produce quality satin paint, the measuring chemicals are all chemicals. You have to measure all chemicals for you to know the cost you have put, or the energy or your effort you have put in the production process. This will make you a quality paint producer, because there is difference between paint producer and paint producers. There are some paint producers that can't defend their production processes, because what we mean by production processes is when you produce a product and the product is applied on the wall without you, when you are being called upon to come and analyze the content of that paint, even taking the bucket of that paint, you should be able to analyze the content of that paint to make 20 kg. What we mean by the content is when you can be able to analyze the quantity of titanium in the bucket, the quantity of acrylic, the quantity of nitrosol, hexanol, buffer, deformer, genitor, formalin, ammonia, and all other chemicals that you have gathered to make a paint called satin paint. So when we talk about the measurement, is a very important tool in paint production process. So guys, let's discuss how you can make use of this measuring cup. This is a measuring cup. It is mostly used for the liquid content of production process. When we are talking about the liquid content, we mean we use this cup to measure acrylic. We use it for deformer, for buffer, for formalin, ammonia. These are the measuring cups for them. But there are some chemicals that are powdered from, like the titanium dioxide, the calcium, the kaolin, all other powdered chemicals. You use the standard scale to measure them. So, but another thing is that when you want to take the measurement of this, like now this is a liquid, it doesn't need to be just is being calibrated as a 100 gram, 200 gram, 300 gram, 400 gram, up to 1000 gram, which is 1 kg. So like now, if you are making a production process or you are producing a paint and you are being told to use 0.5, what they mean by 0.5 is a 500 gram or 500 milliliter. That's the meaning of 0.5. Or you have been assigned to use, okay, use 1 kg of titan. That means you have to use 1000 gram of titan. This is a calculation, is a mathematical expression that you need to know. And sometimes you may be asked to use 20 gram of, okay, you have to use 20 gram of buffer solution in a paint production process. How do you want to take the measurement of 20 gram if you do not understand this calibration. So this cup is 1000 kg, 1000 gram is too high for 20 gram. You need to get the calibration for like 50 gram, 100 gram, and get the set of these tools like that. So that is it for the liquid part of chemicals for production of satin paint. So when we talk of the powdery or the large quantity materials, like the titanium dioxide is in powder form, because when you are buying the powdery titanium dioxide is measured in nylon in the market, and you want, like you have been able to acquire a titanium dioxide about 10 kg, and out of this 10 kg you just needed like 3 kg, but you have your bucket that you want to pour the 3 kg. How do you want to take the measurement? This is what you need to know. You first place the empty bucket, something like this. The empty bucket, you'll be putting your titanium dioxide in. You first place it here on it, then you set this back to 0, because when the bucket is being placed on the scale, it also increases the weight of what you are adding on the scale. So you have to set it initial back to 0. This is what will give you the fundamentals of your measurement. So when it is being set to 0, then you can then add your titanium dioxide. When your titanium dioxide now is 3 kg, it means you are getting exact 3 kg, unless scale is not working perfectly. So this will give you confidence that you have measured 3 kg of titanium dioxide in your satin paint. Because if you are not sure of the measurement, whenever a paint is having problem, you will not know where to focus your attention, the defect. If a paint have a defect, the finishes will tell you what and what you need to know. If a paint is having lower coverage capacity, you should know where it's going. If the paint is not drying fast, you should know where you are going. If your satin paint is not shining, you should know where the problem is. If your satin paint is foaming, you should know the effect. You should know the solution to that problem. That is the importance of taking measurement during production. So let's take acrylic as an example. When you want to produce an acrylic of a satin bucket, you need at least about 10 kg of quality acrylic to produce a 20 liter of satin paint. The 20 liters, you can't pour it on the scale like this. You need it in the bucket, and the weight of ordinary empty 20 liter bucket is about 0.5, and when you have a 0.5 and you are adding another 10 kg of acrylic, that means the weight is increasing to like 10.5. So you have to deduct the weight of the bucket on the scale. This will give you exact 10 kg. So guys, these are the measuring tools you need to understand. The measuring terminologies: 0.5, 20 grams, milliliter, and kg. These are some of the important measuring tools, measuring ideas, and measuring terminologies you need to understand when producing satin paint. My name is Wahab Biliamin Oladimeji. My office address is at Olorunsogo 4 Anipele Street, Olorunsogo, Mushin, Lagos State. Thank you.